Hey everyone, Ben Hutchison here for another round of Get to Know a Pro. We have Director of Instruction, John Platt. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Ben.
First off, it's Masters Week. We wish they were playing, but they're not going to. Scheduled now for later in the year. What do you think about that?
I love that. It looks like they're pushing the PGA starting in August, and then the U.S. Open sometime in September, and then they're going to do the Masters, I guess, November, right around 15th. So I actually think that'd be pretty cool because that time of year there's usually no golf going on. Now, I guess they will be competing against the NFL probably that weekend on that Sunday, but I think it's kind of cool that we'll be able to see it in November.
I'm a fan of it too. So you've been at Mistwood for quite some time, and you are actually a GRAA top teaching professional, top 50. What do you
Right.
like about teaching, first of all?
I purely just like to see people get better. I like to see a lot of my players become very competitive. As you know, a lot of my juniors are very good players, and a lot of kids who are playing around through college also. So I get tons of enjoyment out of watching the students who I work with become better players as they grow through junior high, through high school, and through college.
And what makes Mistwood so special to you?
Well, the facility, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, everybody that works there, I mean, I think most people know now that we probably have one of the top playing professional facility probably in the country, but just the overall makeup, I mean, the building, the performance center that we have is just first rate. It couldn't be any better. And it's just easy for people to get to, and we can kind of you can do everything out there. We do short game, long game. We go on the golf course, and we have video, we have TrackMan, we have Foresight, we have everything. So it cannot be a better place to work at.
If you could narrow it down, can you, to your best golf shot you've ever hit?
My best shot I ever hit, I think, was my second senior event I played in, right? It was at Naperville Country Club, and they're 10, 11, the 12th hole. I wasn't playing great. I was about 2 over at the time, and it's a 550-yard par 5, and I hit a pretty good drive, and there was a tree overhanging. So what I did is I hit a driver from like 260 out and sliced it around this tree. It rolled about 25 yards on the ground, and we never saw it. We get up there. It must have hit the pin and went in because I made double eagle. I actually kept it going the rest of the day and won the tournament by 2 shots. So that shot right there got me 3 under. So I have to say that's probably the best shot I've ever hit, especially in competition.
And going along with that, proudest golf accomplishment?
2016 senior match play championship. That's considered one of our majors, and that's the only major I've won thus far. And so I'm going to say that's probably my top accomplishment.
Very cool. Now, what's the best club in your bag, or does it just depend on the day?
Probably my driver. I mean, I hit driver pretty good. I hit it pretty far. I hit it pretty straight. And so I kind of get up there, and especially when I'm playing with some of my juniors, I'll tell them exactly what I'm going to do. And I pretty much keep the driver in place. So that's got to be my favorite club.
So what is your favorite hole at Mistwood?
So I have a couple bad holes that I never do well on, but my favorite hole, which I seem to make the most birdies on, is number 8. Okay. It's the long par 5 hole. Second par 5 on the front side seems to be the hole that I make the most birdies on it. But I think the prettiest hole is probably number 14.
I would agree with you. All right, John Platt, thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to a fun season and also a fun cap season with all the kids once everything returns to normal.
Yeah, looking to going back out there.